if you don't feel safe with your partner, I don't even want to say red flag. I mean, if you don't feel safe with your partner, you're with the wrong person. Yo, what's going on, warriors? Welcome back to Psychopath Exposure. My name is Kita, and today I'm going to be talking about feeling safe around your romantic partner and why you can never feel safe when you're dealing with a psychopath or a narcissist or someone extremely toxic, where you just know that no matter what you do, what you say, at some point things are going to turn sour, they're going to go left, there's going to be an argument, there's going to be tension. You probably feel tension just at the thought of bringing something to their attention, making any type of comment that you feel may go against their opinion or may possibly offend them. So you dance around it, you walk on eggshells, ultimately not being true to yourself. And is that really the type of partner that you want to be with? Is that the type of person you want to invest in? Is that the type of partner you want to marry and start a family with? I don't think so. So a comment came in that caught my attention, and I like to read it off like I usually do. This one comes from Fair Green Tube. And she goes, I could not bring myself to marry my now ex, even though we were together for 12 years. A wise friend once told me that you cannot be in love with anyone you don't feel safe with. I agree. Here's how to know. If you can't tell them anything without them getting upset, it's not love, it's narcissistic supply. I'm so glad I listened, as he had not just one affair going into our 13th year, but I honestly thought he would marry his affair partner. Fast forward 4 years later, he's still engaged to the affair partner, but also has added many supply partners to the mix now also. He speaks with them daily, usually FaceTime, and lays face up on the couch smiling into the phone. It's such an amazing resource to know the narcissist's mindset. Once you have learned, you can always identify and read people from the beginning. I am at peace knowing I was the best thing in his life, and he will never get that back. I didn't have to get a divorce attorney or file for divorce at all because I didn't feel safe telling him anything without the fear of him getting upset. Enjoying life so much more. I feel free from that spiked drink. Thanks for sending that in, Fair Green Tube. Sounds like you're in a very good place and that you're happy and that you've moved on and you can now look back at this and talk about it. And you're looking at it with a new pair of glasses. You're looking through the lenses now of gratitude, of awareness. You realize that you dodged the bullet. And yeah, look, you spent 12 years going on the 13th year, like you said, but that's part of your journey. That was part of your experience. I'm sure you had some incredible moments too, some incredible memories. We all do. Those are usually the memories that we hold on to after the discard, which is why we turn a blind eye to all the abuse and all the torment and pretty much the nightmare that it truly is, because we hold on to those good memories. So I'm sure you had yours too, otherwise you wouldn't have been in that situation for 12 years. But you know, things went left, things turned sour, and his mask came off, and now you're aware that he's going to continue being this way for the rest of his days. You know, you had a feeling he would end up marrying his affair. You know, that's like we all think that the new supply is going to walk off into the sunset with our narcissist ex. And you know, sometimes they do end up marrying that person. Sometimes they do end up having kids with that person. That doesn't mean that they're happy and that they're better off without you and that you were trash and that they found someone better. All it means is that they just monkey branched into another situation. That person, unfortunately, the one that's with the narcissist now, is going through the same things that you went through. It's going through the same things. It's just at another level now. Like maybe now they have children, maybe now they have that house, right? Maybe now they're going on those, maybe now they're traveling and doing all the things the narcissist promised to do with you one day, all that future faking that never came to be. Maybe they're doing that with them, but that doesn't mean that they're in a safe and trustworthy, honest, monogamous, loyal, respectful relationship. As he pointed out here, that he's added new supply to that situation, new sources of supply into the mix now, 4 years later. And as he detailed that he lays on the couch smiling into the phone, Facetiming, like, I know exactly what that feels like. I remember seeing my psychopath ex like just lit up, just looking into the ceiling, just so happy. And it was clear to me. It was clear to me that she wasn't present. The only time people get like that is when they're feeling that limerence of getting to know a new romantic partner, and you're so excited and you're just walking on cloud nine. And I saw that. I saw that at the same time that she started pulling away from me and started withholding intimacy, and her mask started coming off. That's when the tantrums started happening on a regular basis. That's when I started walking around eggshells. That's when I was afraid to say anything. That's when I realized that how unsafe I felt around my psychopath ex. That's when I realized that, hey, wait a second. I don't think I ever felt safe around this person, because from the beginning there was always this underlining fear of saying the wrong thing and having to experience that black energy that somehow I sensed was in there. I just didn't know quite, I couldn't put my finger on it yet because I wasn't aware of psychopath and narcissistic abuse. I thought these were things that Hollywood just romanticizes. I'm aware now that Hollywood romanticizes it, but at the time, I didn't really understand that this was a psychological warfare that gets played on those closest to the psychopath. I just thought they were serial killers or something. So having experienced this myself, I know exactly where you're coming from. And you know, narcissist, psychopath or not, put all that down for a moment. If you don't feel safe with your partner, I don't even want to say red flag. I mean, if you don't feel safe with your partner, you're with the wrong person. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but my idea of a romantic partner is someone that you come home to unwind, to relax, to feel nurtured and safe after, you know, you go out there, you're at work, you're, you know, gathering resources, you're working hard, you're doing, you know, you facing all sorts of challenges throughout the day. Doesn't mean that you're always facing hardships or anything like that, but you know what I mean. You know, you look forward to coming home to that person who's your safe place. If you're coming home and you're dreading, if on your way home you're dreading coming home, like many people in unhappy marriages feel, and instead of going home they just hit the bar and they want to avoid being home as much as possible, I mean, come on, the writing's on the wall. You should be looking forward to coming home to spend time with your loved one, with your partner. You should feel safe. If you don't feel safe, you're in the wrong situation. And doubling down on it is not going to make it better. It's only going to get worse, because your fear of bringing things to their attention is only going to grow. It's kind of like procrastinating. You guys know when you have something important to do and you just put it off to tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes and you're like, I'll put it off to the next day. Oh, I'll put it off to the next day. And before you know it, it's been 3 months and you haven't done it. And then the consequences, they start rolling in. Like sometimes there's a bill that you're afraid to pay, and now you've got a late fee. Or sometimes you have to cancel that Netflix account and you forget to cancel it, and now you get billed. And meanwhile, you're not even watching Netflix, but you know, you're afraid to cancel. That's how these streaming services get you, because they know that you're just not going to cancel. So it's one of those things. You have to take action immediately once you start noticing that these things feel uncomfortable. I mean, you're afraid of getting your partner upset. Like there should be communication. It's like, hey, look, there's something I need to tell you. And your partner should also, there should be a reciprocation. Like they should also feel safe. And it's like, oh, what's going on? How am I making you feel uncomfortable, like what am I doing wrong? Let me know so I can be aware, so I can change it, so I can work on it. You should never feel afraid of them like throwing a tantrum and just fighting and leaving you. If that's the case, you were the wrong person. And again, narcissists or not, you're with the wrong person. Now, granted, narcissists tend to invoke those feelings in their victims, in their partners. So I know where you're coming from. I remember being terrified of bringing things to my psychopath ex's attention. Little things like, hey, I just cooked a 6-course meal. You know, could you help me out with the dishes, right? It's something so simple that any woman will be just like happy to do, right? And she just wouldn't do anything. She wouldn't cooperate. She wouldn't reciprocate anything. And it's like, it would go on for days. And I was like, how do I mention that there needs to be a give and take here, right? It can't be all me. How do I broach that topic? Am I being selfish? Should I do everything? It was this thing that I would have my own. I would create my own narratives in my head. Why? Because I was afraid to bring it up. Because anytime I would bring up anything remotely close to upsetting her or going against her will, it was a fight. And it's like, you know, I wish I would have known then what I know now, but that's life. You know, that's life. So good job that you're out. Good job that it sounds like you're in a great place. My only question is, how do you know this information? How do you know that they have new supply? How do you know that they're in the couch, you know, Facetiming? How do you know all this information? I mean, it's been 4 years. I don't know your story. I'm just going by what you said in your comment, but I mean, you're still keeping tabs. Is someone telling you what they're doing? Do you have like mutual friends and they're letting you know? Because honestly, it's unhealthy to know what your narcissist ex is doing. It goes against the no contact rule, at least my no contact rule. It's one of those things where I'm glad you can look back and if, you know, and it doesn't trigger you, but it's something that you don't want to do anyway. The goal here is to become indifferent, where you never look back. Whatever they're doing is out of sight, out of mind. It's none of your concern. Even if they're struggling, even if they're like broke on the street, it's something that you rather not know. Just, you know, that chapter's over, and hopefully it's inspired you and pushed you to become a better person, to accomplish all those goals that you've always wanted to do, and to look back at those 12 years and be like, hey, you know, it was part of my journey, it was part of my experience. There's some great things that came out of it. It turned sour in the end. I'm better for it now. I mean, what a gift to be able to come out of a situation like that and turn it around. You know, most people come out of this and they don't even know what they're dealing with. And if you don't know that you're dealing with a psychopath, with a narcissist, with someone that has a toxic disorder that's psychologically affecting your mental health, you can stay in this for a long time. So it's great that you know. It's great that you're aware what happened and that sounds like you're turning it around. And that's what we do here in the community. So if you guys have stories like this where you were in a dark situation and you finally got out and you're actually feeling grateful to be out, and by whatever means you discovered that they're doing the same thing to the new supply, and you're kind of like over it, like, please let me know. Share your stories. I'll pick the best one and I'll probably make a video of it in the future. But that's what I'd like to hear. I love reading messages like this. So thanks again for submitting that. And yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys. If you got some value out of this, again, leave a like on the video. And thanks for all your love and support. It's a short video today, but just wanted to read off this comment. I think it's important to highlight these success stories, because a lot of you don't feel that there's a way out. A lot of you don't feel you'll ever feel happy again. You're left with nothing after the narcissist has discarded you. And I'm here to tell you that you can turn all this around and you can rebuild your life and make it better than ever was. It doesn't matter how young or how old you are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This happened for a reason. This happened for you. You just got to learn how to reframe this, how to grow from it, how to bounce back from it. And that's what I do here. I have a coaching program. If you guys want to work directly with me, I can help you navigate out of this nightmare, show you how to turn things around, how to get in the right mindset to turn this in this negative into a positive that's going to work for you. You know, change this experience in a way that benefits you. And keep the focus on yourself. It doesn't matter what the narcissist is doing. It's about keeping the focus on you and how you can make this the best situation that has ever happened. Because really, you're only in competition with yourself. You shouldn't be in competition with your ex whatsoever. It's just about how great can you become. Okay? So if you'd like to do something like that and work together with me, just click on the link that I have below in the description on my website, psychopathexposure.com/coaching, and I'll send you more details on how you can get in the program. Till then, thanks for sticking around. My name is Kira, and this is Psychopath Exposure. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Take care.